Picture this, a Tuesday night downtown Italian spot, dim lights, checkered tablecloths, and a waiter who says bruschetta, like it's Shakespeare. The kind of place where the air smells like garlic and possibility, and you can almost hear the soft clink of wine glasses and the low hum of couples sharing secrets. It's the sort of restaurant you pick when you want to impress, but not seem like you're trying too hard. The city outside is buzzing, but in here, it feels like the world has slowed down just for the two of you. The date's going great. We're laughing, connecting, talking about everything from trashy TV to childhood dreams. There's that rare electric feeling, like maybe, just maybe you found someone who gets your weird sense of humor and doesn't judge your guilty pleasures. We're swapping stories, sharing appetizers, and for a moment it feels like we're the only people in the room. I'm thinking, this could be something. Then the bill arrives, $130. It lands on the table with a soft thud, but it might as well be a grenade. Suddenly the mood shifts just a little, like a draft sneaking in under the door. I smile and say, "Hey, this was amazing, you cool if we split this?" I try to keep it light, casual, like it's no big deal. After all, it's 2025, splitting the bill should be normal, right? I'm hoping for a nod, maybe even a laugh. Instantly, her smile vanishes. The air turns icy. It's like someone hit pause on the night and suddenly we're not on the same team anymore. She looks at me and just says, "Broke." No hesitation, no curiosity, just a single, sharp word that cuts through the table like a knife. Not, "Are you broke?" Just a cold, one-word judgment. It's not a question, it's a verdict. Suddenly, I'm not a person anymore, I'm a walking red flag. Silence. I try to explain it's about partnership, not money, but the vibe is dead. I fumble for words, but it's clear the conversation is over. The connection we had just minutes ago? Gone like it never existed. We pay, separately. Awkward hug and that's it. The walk to the door feels longer than the whole dinner. Outside, the city lights feel colder and the night suddenly seems a lot less magical. I text her the next day. "Had a great time, hope you got home safe." No reply. Ghosted. The silence is louder than any rejection. You replay the night in your head, wondering what you could have done differently. All for suggesting we split the bill. One sentence and the whole night unravels. It's wild how something so small can change everything. Welcome to dating in 2025, where the rules are blurry and expectations are a moving target. Everyone's looking for connection, but no one wants to talk about the awkward stuff. It's not about the money, it's about the expectations. About what we think a date should look like, and who should pay for what. It's about old traditions clashing with new ideas, and nobody really knowing what's right anymore. One moment you're vibing, the next, you're a villain for wanting equality. It's like walking a tightrope. One wrong step, and the whole thing falls apart. The rules have changed, but no one told us what they are. We're all just guessing, hoping we don't mess up and learning the hard way when we do. That's the horror story of modern dating. It's not the bad dates or the awkward silences. It's the invisible expectations, the unspoken rules, and the way a perfect night can turn into a cautionary tale in seconds. You can do everything right and still lose at the last second. Sometimes it's not about you at all. It's about the stories we bring to the table, and the baggage we don't even realize we're carrying. And it all comes down to that little black folder. The scariest thing in modern romance isn't rejection. It's realizing that sometimes, the smallest moments reveal the biggest truths. The idea that men always pay? That's ancient history. It's a relic from a time when gender roles were rigid and unchallenged. It made sense when men were the only breadwinners and women weren't in the workforce. Back then, the act of paying was more than just a financial transaction, it was a statement of capability and responsibility. Back then, paying was about showing you could provide. It was a way to demonstrate that you could take care of your partner, a gesture deeply rooted in the social norms of the time. But now, women are CEOs, entrepreneurs, and often out-earning men. The landscape has dramatically shifted, and women are no longer confined to the domestic sphere. They are leaders, innovators, and trailblazers in every field imaginable. My date was a senior marketing manager. She didn't need me to cover her dinner. In fact, she was more than capable of paying for both of us if she wanted to. So why are we still stuck on this old rule? Why do we cling to these outdated expectations when the world around us has evolved so much? We're living in a world of smartphones but using a flip phone dating script. Our technology has advanced but our social scripts haven't kept pace. Men are told to treat women as equals, but when the bill comes, we're expected to time travel to 1955. It's a confusing double standard that leaves everyone unsure of what to do. If you pay, you're old-fashioned. You might be seen as patronizing or out of touch with modern values. If you split, you're broke. It's a lose-lose. No matter what you do, it seems like there's a negative perception attached. The real problem? We haven't talked about it. We haven't had the necessary conversations to redefine these norms. The old rulebook is outdated, but we haven't written a new one. We're operating on assumptions and traditions that no longer fit our current reality. So everyone's improvising, and it leads to awkward, confusing moments. Without clear guidelines, we're all just guessing and hoping we get it right. It's not about the money. It's about clashing expectations. It's about understanding and respecting each other's perspectives and finding a new way forward. We celebrate equality everywhere, except when the check arrives. It's a glaring inconsistency in our otherwise progressive society. Until we talk about it, we'll keep stumbling through the same awkward scene. We need to have open, honest conversations about these expectations. The world has changed, but our dating customs haven't caught up. It's time to bring our social norms into the 21st century. It's time for a new playbook, one that reflects our current values and realities. Otherwise, we're all just guessing. And in the end, that benefits no one. We celebrate independent women, rightly so. The message is, you don't need a man to provide. But on dates, some still expect the man to pay. It's a paradox. I'm equal, but you pay. It feels like a double standard, modern values with old school perks. Not all women do this, but the expectation lingers. It's a cultural hangover. A man paying is seen as a test of interest or character even if his date earns more. We want equality, but also the rituals built on inequality. It's confusing for everyone. Which version of your date are you with, the independent professional or the traditional damsel? Until we reconcile our values with our habits, dating will stay confusing, and sometimes, it ends with a ghosting. My story isn't unique, just check the internet. If you've ever felt like you're the only one running into weird, awkward, or downright frustrating moments in the world of modern dating, you're definitely not alone. In fact, it's almost a rite of passage at this point. Forums and social media are full of guys sharing similar dating disasters. Scroll for just a few minutes and you'll find endless threads where men vent about their experiences, some funny, some painful, but all strangely familiar. There are memes, TikToks, and endless Reddit threads about free dinner tours. The internet has turned these stories into viral content, with people sharing screenshots, jokes, and even skits about the phenomenon. It's become a kind of digital folklore, passed around for laughs and commiseration. Some women even brag about never paying for dates, posting about it like it's a badge of honor. You'll see posts where they joke about getting a week's worth of meals without ever opening their wallets, and the comments are full of people cheering them on or sharing their own stories. Sure, it's the extreme, but it's real enough to be a running joke. It's the kind of thing friends laugh about over drinks, but underneath the humor, there's a real sense of frustration and confusion. Men who speak up get called cheap or told not to date if they can't pay. The backlash can be harsh, with people quick to judge or dismiss their concerns, as if asking for fairness is somehow out of line. But it's not about being unable to pay, it's about fairness. Most guys aren't looking to dodge responsibility, they just want to feel respected and treated as equals, especially at the very start of something new. Most guys just want to start on equal footing, not as an ATM. When the expectation is always on one side, it sets a weird tone for everything that follows. The expectation creates a power imbalance from the start. It's not just about money, it's about what's fair, and what kind of partnership you're building from day one. These stories show it's a widespread issue, not just a few bad dates. When you hear the same complaints from people in different cities, countries, and backgrounds, you realize it's a pattern, not a fluke. It's the silent argument at thousands of tables every night. You can almost feel the tension in the air, even if no one says a word about it. Seeing others go through it validates that something's off. It's comforting to know you're not imagining things, and that your feelings are shared by so many others. We need to talk about it openly, not just in anonymous forums. Real change starts with honest conversations, where everyone can share their side, and maybe, just maybe, we can find a better way forward together. Paying isn't about the cash, it's about what it means. Traditionally, it was a signal. I'm interested, I can provide. But now, the meaning is muddled. For some, it's still a romantic gesture. For others, it feels transactional, like buying someone's time. That can create a weird sense of obligation. Effort isn't just about money. Planning, conversation, and presence matter too. Why is the wallet the ultimate test? Suggesting to split can mean, I see you as my equal. It's a gesture of partnership, not provision. Insisting on the old way ignores these new meanings. We reduce a complex moment to a simple transaction, and we lose the nuance of real connection. Let's be real, dating is expensive. If you're expected to pay every time, it adds up fast. One date a week at $100? That's nearly $5,000 a year. That's a car down payment or a vacation. This pressure isn't talked about, but it's real, especially for younger men. It can lead to financial stress, or dating less, or picking cheaper dates. Suddenly, dating is a high-stakes investment, not fun. The cost makes men more cautious, less willing to take chances. In today's economy, everyone's watching their wallet. Why should dating be any different? Expecting one person to pay is outdated and unsustainable. It's not about being cheap, it's about being realistic. Our customs need to match our financial reality. So, how do we fix this? It starts with honest communication. The bill is only awkward because we let it be. One idea, whoever asks, pays. Simple, gender neutral, and fair. Or, talk about it before the date. Hey, are you cool with splitting? It might feel weird, but it sets expectations. If someone's not okay with it, better to know up front. If you suggest splitting and they react badly, that's valuable info. It means you're not compatible, and that's fine. Better to find out now than years later. See it as a compatibility test, not a rejection. Communication removes the guesswork and saves you from awkward endings. This isn't just about dinner, it's about the relationships we want. Do we want outdated traditions or real partnership and equality? That means having uncomfortable conversations and challenging old rules. For men, splitting the bill isn't about being broke, it's about fairness. For women, it's worth asking if the old rule matches modern values. A man's character isn't measured by his wallet alone. Teamwork starts on the first date. It's not about blame, it's about finding balance. The goal? No one feels used or pressured. Focus on what matters, getting to know each other. That's my story and my take on the dating bill debate. It's complicated with no easy answers, but we need to talk about it, openly and honestly. What do you think? Have you been in this situation? Men, have you been called cheap for suggesting to split? Women, what do you expect? There's no right or wrong, just different perspectives. Let's share stories and solutions. The more we talk, the less awkward it gets. Let's build a new playbook, one based on respect and understanding, because finding your person is hard enough without fighting over the check.